Hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. Today I'm going to be going over a few things. First of all, as I hope you all already know, we launched our first demo of Mars 4 yesterday. Unfortunately, I had the migraine to end all migraines, and I was unable to live stream. Luckily, you guys got to hang out and torture Andrews, the CMO, and yep. So today I'll be doing the launch stream. I will be walking you through different gameplay systems and mechanics, how things work a bit in case you had any questions, weren't understanding anything, and also just so we can leave this recording up as a bit of a tutorial for this stage of the game. Something I'd like to also but something that anyone who's been on Discord for the past day has noticed me saying and discussing with people is that there are many elements in the current state of the game which are unfinished and or just outright placeholders, such as the tutorial, the visuals for the UIs and stuff like that. And for example, lacking controller support or the fact that this version isn't very well optimized, stuff like that. That is intentional because to release this version to you guys, we had to make a balance in priorities between getting something playable to you as soon as possible and not losing time in our overall goal to finish the entire game. If we were to invest a lot of time, for example, making a really good tutorial for this, polishing out, optimizing it really well, making a Mac build, supporting controllers, all of that stuff, that would have taken a lot of developer time. And then as soon as we start introducing new features or adding additional systems, the tutorial will become outdated because it's not stressing those new things, so we need to remake that. The new elements we added into the game would have broken the optimizations that we had done previously. So that's why we've not focused on those elements because we didn't want to be delaying the final objective by putting this out to you guys. So let's hop in game. As with all AMAs that I do, I'm going to first show you where we are in development, show what's going on, and then at the end, I'll go through all the questions that have been asked and answer any questions you have, and hang around as long as you guys want. So you can start asking questions now if you have them. I will get to all of your questions. I'm just first going to do a quick run through and discuss some other development topics, and then I'll move on to that. So, in this version of the game, when you first start the game, your first tutorial objective is to refill your suit's oxygen. As you'll notice, down here, my oxygen is quite low and is dropping. You also will notice like the edges of my screen just started darkening. That's because hypoxia is starting to set in. So, the first tutorial objective is just basically to teach you how to move around. Or it just doesn't really teach you how to move around. You need to figure out how to move around or you'll die of lack of oxygen. So we head over here. And then find the oxygen container, press E to pick it up. Now that we've picked it up, we can press I to open our inventory and just click and drag it into the hotbar. The reason we're doing with this is because you can only interact with items via your hotbar, not via the generic inventory. So once it's in the hotbar, you can just press the hotkey. Like I put it into slot 1. So when I press 1, my character will refill his suit's oxygen using up the container. You see also the container now has 0 kilograms of oxygen left. I think that's probably centiliters of oxygen. And it moved on to the next stage of the tutorial. The next stage of the tutorial is to collect some basic tools and stuff that have landed with you. And so here you can drag stuff into your inventory, or you can just click take all. Now these first two tools that you get is the shovel and the structure modification device. Structure modification device is used for upgrading, rotating, and destroying. The shovel is used for extracting resources from the ground, like just shoveling dirt and stuff. Then there is another crate, another equipment crate, which can be found I missed that jump. Actually, maybe go around this way. Well, that's actually hard to get up. Yes. So, when you head over here to get the next equipment crate, nope. Oh, slid down the hill a bit. Now here, the building plan is what you use to place scaffolding, which you then upgrade into the pieces of your structures. And the pickaxe is what you use to extract resources from rocks and so forth. You also got the second part of a fabricator, a bit more oxygen, and a solar power generator, and a solar energy cell recharger, and 3 batteries, one of which is empty. But we'll get to that. Now, the next stage in the tutorial is to use these 2 pieces and a battery to craft a fabricator. So that's already your default crafting option here. It's the only thing you've unlocked yet. So you just press craft. It'll take those components and 1 battery and start crafting the fabricator. So we have to wait for that to be finished, which will take an hour 40 seconds. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to decide where I want to build my base. I think I build it over here. Why I'm building my base over here is purely preference. I like this area. It's kind of like pretty flat and got like a cool view of the crash site, but basically I'm building my base here because over there I've built like 10,000 bases already, so I want to build it somewhere else. 10 seconds left, so we'll be able to place that soon. So once that is finished, put that in a hotbar, and then you can just press 5 to place it. However, as you see in the tutorial quest, you can't just place this on the ground. You need to build a foundation to place it. And to build a foundation, you need some iron ore. So you can go over to a rock, and with the pickaxe in your hotbar, you press 1, and then just left click on the rock. And these things here are iron ore. I'll just finish mining it. The other things you can find in these rocks are, oh, that's actually quite nice. That is a little bit of lithium ore, which you need to make batteries and stuff. And then a little more. The brightly colored rocks are aluminum ore. So now that we've picked up those ores, I will go build over here. So I'll take out my building planner. I press 4 because that's where I put it in my hotbar. And let's start. Oh no, I need to build a triangular foundation. So I'm gonna place it. You can build your base however you want. I'm quite fond of hexagonal bases because they feel very sci-fi. So now that that little bit is done, I think I'm actually gonna need to expand this base. Here, there's kind of a interestingly shaped base. So now I can place the fabricator. I'll place it over here. No, actually, I'll place it right in the center. So, now the next thing with the fabricator, it uses battery cells, and it crafts, like, uses energy from batteries, and it crafts different things. So what I really need right now is an arc furnace. I use the arc furnace to convert iron ore or aluminum ore into ingots, which I can use to craft other things. Like, you see, the oxygen generator requires 15 iron ingots. So the arc furnace, I need to put some iron ore in here, and then I can just have it start crafting. So while it's crafting, I need to mine a little bit more resources. And right now, my survival objectives at this stage are to first get a oxygen canister refiller, which needs a better name, up and running, and also be recharging my batteries so I can run that canister refiller. Because the first thing that I'm going to die from is oxygen. I have one canister left, but that's it. So let me first set up. So first thing I do is build my solar cell. So you just drag it from your inventory into your hotbar, and then you just place it wherever you want. You go up to it, press E to interact, and you can grab an empty battery cell and put it in, and it will start charging. Now, while that, let's see, is the arc furnace done? Yes, it is. I need to make a bigger base. And I'll make this little like side room for the arc furnace. Let's put that there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so here I had some spare iron ore. I could now dump that iron ore in here, along with some aluminum and a energy cell, and it'll start forging those into ingots. So you can just leave that running. And over here, the next thing I need to build is an oxygen canister replenisher. I need 20 iron ingots. So I'm actually going to put more iron there and go mine a bit more. There's some closer resources. A little bit of lithium that must have rocketed out of another rock. So, as some of you have already noticed, on Discord, please be posting all comments, feedback, ideas, bug reports, everything. Myself, some of the QA team are on there and are very active, and that's the point of this build, is to gather, to like test out our concepts, see what's fun, what isn't, and to get feedback from you guys. Like, that's literally why we're here. So please don't be shy. Share whatever you have, whatever thoughts, ideas, etc. Now, one thing I mentioned earlier on is that a lot of this is still placeholder, like the interfaces, especially. Like, look at this. This is just gray boxes. Like, I'll show you some work in progress. No, actually, I will put some Easter eggs of the UI that we are working on in the Discord. Check the gameplay leaks channel in Discord, and I'm often dropping cool stuff in there. So, we have enough iron ingots now. I'll take that. It's about to run out of batteries. Has this charged yet? Yeah, it has. So, I'll take the battery from the solar panel that charged up, and this just ran out of battery. So I'll put the fresh battery in, turn it on again, and put the empty battery back in the solar panel. And then here, let's get working on an oxygen generator. Get that crafting. I'm also going to need a few more batteries, which you can craft. You can also craft chests to put resources in, which can be convenient. What am I? Oh, batteries. 1 iron, 5 lithium. Yes, I have enough lithium. I'll craft like what? 2 batteries? Oh, shit. It ran out of... The crafter doesn't have a battery to use. So I'll put that in here and then craft. No, that's not what I want. Those 2. Craft. And that's crafting now. I had to take the battery out of the smelter though, so. Anyway, now I am going... Next thing I want to do is I want to make one of these rooms airtight. However, for brevity, I'm actually just gonna wall off this little room, and I'll let the Fabricator just exist out in the atmosphere. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. So what was completed? Battery was completed. That was completed. Oh, oops. Should leave the battery in there. So that's, you just notice there is a bug right now. Well, it's not a bug, it's temporary fix, because long term the Fabricator is going to be running off of an electrical grid that you will build. As right now we haven't had that yet. What we have right now is the batteries. We just made it run on batteries. But that means if you only have one battery and you craft something that uses batteries, it will take that battery to make the thing, and then the Fabricator will run out of energy. So those are just, they're kind of bugs, but not exactly bugs. It's more just, as I discussed before, the compromises that we made to get this build out without delay in development too much. So what else do we need? We need a door. We need a door, and that's it. I don't have any windows here, do I? No, just that door. Okay. Oh wait, I think I can take these batteries to go recharge. Door done yet? No, not yet. Okay. Now you just, as you saw, I just click and drag the door into my inventory, and then place it in the doorway. And then just press E to open and close it. Oh, shoot. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Hold up. I am gonna die, and I'll explain why in a moment. Okay. So if you press F, it opens the visor on your helmet, which was there for us to help test to see if an atmosphere, like if a room is properly enclosed, but I accidentally pressed it when I meant to press E to open the door. So it voided my suit of oxygen, and I started dying, which was not my greatest moment. Luckily, I had another oxygen container on me, otherwise this stream would have ended early. Okay, so now I will take the structure modifying device, put it in my hotbar, and I have some iron, so I can start upgrading. I just look at a structure, right click and hold, and then you can like destroy, upgrade, whatever you want. So it's 6 iron to upgrade these walls, because the default walls, oh, this one is backwards, which doesn't matter, but it just looks kind of ugly. So, inverted that. And then to make a room airtight, I think I'm out of iron now. Do I have any here? To make a room, oh, holy shit, I found a lot of titanium ore there. Oh, wow. So, I just wanted the Q&A. Someone was asking, where the hell do I find titanium ore? I don't know, but I found it. I wonder if it was over there. I think it may have been over there, yeah. The rocks that I mined over there. Because I don't think I've ever mined those rocks before. So, whoever was asking in Discord, where can I find titanium ore? Wow, that rock just shot off into the distance. So, what I need to do right now is I need to get enough iron ore to smelt it into iron to be able to fully enclose my little room and then build an oxygen generator there. So I can actually get this, so I can actually set up an atmosphere, and that's the core functionality of the game. The only like survival systems left that I haven't showed you guys yet, which what I'm trying to do now, is build an airtight room, put an oxygen generator in it, and an airlock if you want to be smart about it, and then build a heater in there, and then you're set. So, as you guys should know already, we'll be running base building competitions on the Discord server, and I think our what's it called, Twitter as well. So the only rules are there is no rules. Just build a cool base. Whatever you want to look like, whatever you want to do, how functional versus artistic, all totally up to you guys. Just build a cool base, post it, and at us. Like, post it on your Facebook or whatever, and just at us, and then we'll be selecting a winner. And I'm not sure about this. You'll need to check up. I believe we're giving away a series of NFTs to all of to like first, second, and third place. That battery is doing good. Oops. Okay, I can leave that. This is on, right? Yeah, it's on. Take this out here. I'll put another battery in here just so it doesn't run out anytime soon. And let me go continuing upgrading stuff. Okay, I'm out of irons. There's some more iron here. Grab that in the meantime, and then I can start building to build that. I need some silicone and some more iron. That's not enough iron just yet. And what am I missing? Oh, the iron. Craft. Alright, start building that. I also need a heater. What do I need for heaters? 4 iron and 1 battery. So I'm going to need to craft another battery. Oh, I need more iron to craft another battery. Okay, there we go with that. And do I want to build an airlock? Nah, I can't bother right now. Oh wait, I don't have enough iron. So to build an airtight room, it's pretty simple. Just need to enclose all floors, walls, and ceilings with tier 1 or higher structures. And then all you need to do is put an oxygen generator in the room. So I'm not done enclosing these yet, but I can place right over there. And you place those on walls, by the way. I've seen some confusion about that. Just put those on the walls. Oh, I also produced a Google Doc that explains all these systems in a bit more detail. Someone should probably post that in the description below at some point in time. It's on our Discord as well. You can find it as you need. So let's just finish upgrading all of this stuff. And I'm still forgetting one piece because outside here there was a piece missing. Yeah, there. So now let me get a heater being produced as well. So now this room should be fully airtight. So if I open the oxygen generator, turn it on, the light will be red and it'll turn green as soon as the room is pressurized. Yes, the room is pressurized. Cool. So what I was saying before, what I did was I opened my helmet See how like F opens and closes the visor on your helmet? But yeah, if you do that in a non-pressurized room, you die almost instantly. As I will demonstrate. Oh, also, if you open the door, room loses pressurization. That's why it's good to build an airlock. So you have like a small room here that has 2 doors. Yeah, as I was saying, if I open my helmet here, I lose all my oxygen and begin dying. So yeah, don't do that. 5. Strange. There we go. And last but not least, a heater. Stick that in here. And we can turn that on. And then that will keep us warm at night. And night is coming. You see in the bottom right of the screen, that's the time down here. And nighttime does get pretty cold. So, oh, you see my temperature drop in here outside. If I go right inside next to the heater, temperature rises again. So it stops dropping and then rises. Okay, so before we call this done, no. Oh, there is one more thing that I haven't done here, which is, I mean, there's a lot of, as I say, there's a lot of stuff I haven't built and done and stuff like that. But electrolysis machine is used to create hydrogen and water, well, perchloride brines. Oh shit, I'm freezing to death. Freezing to death. Ooh, let's get back inside near the heater. Let's close the door. Why is... There we go. Alright. No longer freezing to death. I think there's still a bug with the heater where sometimes you need to turn it off and back on again. I've noticed that. We haven't figured out exactly what the cause is yet. So, yes, perchloride brines you can find in the ground, and you can put those into the electrolysis machine, and they will break it down. They will defrost it, break it down into hydrogen and oxygen, and then give you hydrogen gas, which you can use to run some machines and also to convert into methane. And I'm probably just going to freeze to death here, but I do this for you. You can use the electrolysis machine to make hydrogen, and then you can use the hydrogen in the synthetic manufacturer to make methane, and it uses that methane to print structures, and not structures, sorry, decorations. So you can build like sofas, chairs, a whole bunch of other decorations and stuff like that to help kind of pimp out your base. There's not a whole lot of them right now, but you have a cool supply, and that's just to get started. I'm going to die now. I'm going to freeze to death, but it was nice knowing you all. No, I'm not going to die. Not today, Mars. Turn that back on. And get over here next to the heater. Yeah, I'm not sure what that button is. So, that covers the basic tutorial that I wanted to walk through. And now, a few things that I'm supposed to remind you guys of. There's 2 events going on in this game with prizes at the moment. We have the Find Hidden Objects event. There's 4 objects that I've hidden throughout this map. It's a big map, though. Like, it's 64 square kilometers, so it'll take you a while to find them. I don't think anyone's found them yet. But there will be rewards for finding them. All you need to do is post a screenshot to your social media and at Mars 4's social media. You can also post on Discord. And then the other event is, as I said, the base building competition, where you just need to make the coolest base, in your opinion. Then there is also, for the moment, a 20% discount on Mars 4 land sales going on. So you'll want to check that out. And one of the directors at Mars 4 has challenged someone to make a gigafactory on Mars, because there needs to be a factory somewhere to produce all the vehicles. So that isn't officially a competition, but I'm pretty sure if anyone does make a really cool gigafactory and take some screenshots of it and share it, like, I don't know, he'll personally give you some rewards. So, yeah. Don't tell anyone I told you that, though. Or do tell everyone I told you. I'm not sure which. But one of them, and don't mess it up. And with that, I am now heading over to check out questions. Oh, and as I mentioned before already, everyone, do you have any feedback, any ideas, any comments, please join us on Discord, all the developers, like not all, the QA team, myself, and some of the developers are quite active on Discord, and all of them will get your feedback, any ideas, and any bugs that you report through the ticket system there will be seen by us, and we're taking those into account to be balancing, organizing our next development steps, what we're going to be adding next, what we'll be tweaking, and stuff like that. Also, head over to our Discord to see the game leaks. I'll be posting some cool UI screenshots of what we're working on right now. So, with that, let's get into questions. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Wow, that's... Oh, God, this is really long. So... So someone said, I hope there will be a solid strategy for bear market and or bad economy. And our strategy is, I mean, nothing's immune to everything, but we have diversified as much as possible to be able to have enough of a reserve to make it through whatever kind of markets we face, because we know that the product is good and there is a market for it, and it's just a matter of getting it finished. So, when will the Mac version be released? I don't have an exact date on it yet. I do have one of our engineers is already working on it, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, stuff like Mac versions, visual optimizations, controller support, these kinds of things are stuff we don't want to be investing too much time into at this very moment, because it will, by adding those in, every update we make, like every new patch or fix we make, we'll need to also make one for the Mac version. And then that like increases the amount of development time for these intermediate tasks, and it slows down our ability to get to our final objective. So it's kind of a balancing act. We do have someone working on it, but I'm just kind of helping you understand like why the Windows version was done first, and why our priorities are like that. Obviously, the Mac version is a very high priority for us. It's just a balance of progressing, adding features, getting more people into the game, and getting a Mac version as well. Someone says, awesome demo, thank you. I can't wait to play even more tonight. I'm looking forward to it. And please, guys, post the buildings you're making. Like, post it, show it. Like, this is literally... like why all of us make games is because we love to see people working, and we love to see people enjoying the games that we made. Like, that's why we do this. Someone asked if I can report. Oh, someone, Andrews, the head of marketing, said, "Can I mention how the bug reporting system works?" So, if you go on our Discord server and scroll down to the bottom of all the channels, there is a ticket bot, and there you can go in and open a support ticket for issues with the game that you're having, and try and give us a bit of a description of what issues. I'm freezing to death. Of what issues you're running into, and one of our QA team will respond to you as soon as they can, and we'll be discussing the problem with you, and if it's a mistake that can be solved, they'll tell you how to fix it. And if it's not, then it goes on our bug list of stuff that our developers need to look into. But please don't be hesitant. Like, even reporting something stupid, it's better for you to report it and us to look at it and be like, oh, that he just didn't understand something, and just correct you on it, than for the opposite to happen, where someone assumes that, oh, I just don't know how this is working, and they don't report it. Turns out that actually was a bug that we're trying to find and we need more data about, and like, yeah, you just found it for us. So, someone says the hydro energy cell charger is not working. Let's do some Q&A. Let's do some live QA. Oh, wait, let's see. I don't have a battery to put in there. Let me do this before I die. Okay, let's get that charging. What do I need to build a hydrogen energy cell generator? Aluminum and some lithium. Oh, I don't. Why did it not craft any aluminum bars? Oh well. I am about to die. But it's okay. I do this for science. I'll remove those just so it's only making that. Okay, so while that's fabricating stuff to actually build one, I will QA your bug live. Will we be able to manufacture a heating suit for night walks? That's actually an interesting topic. What we're going to be adding in, and what you can actually kind of already see in the bottom left of the screen here, like suit energy is going to be a resource. Suits will use batteries, and in here is where we will be adding a lot more NFTs related to colonists and their suits. Different suits will be able to use their battery power differently. Stuff like your encumbrance. Like by default, you can hold 500 kilos before you can't sprint anymore. There'll be some suits that will be able to hold more. There'll be some suits that instead of losing the ability to sprint, it will just drain your suit power. And same thing goes for temperature. There'll be some suits that will be more optimized in weathering cold temperatures, and they'll just be using up some suit energy. Others which will be specialized in other things. For example, oxygen, like rebreathers that increase the efficiency of your oxygen use, stuff like that. Someone just said, Nick, it's possible to obtain titanium. I know. Look, I have some. And I think I found it over there. Right over there. There's the crash site. You see there's crash site? So I came up this hill behind the crash site, and I think I found it there. I'm not positive, but I think that's where I found the titanium. Oh shit. That battery's dead. I'm gonna freeze to death. Someone made a point that like there's a bug that the solar power generator is working even at night. That's not actually a bug. I mean, it's not correct, but we do know about that. It was intentional. At this moment, we don't. The day-night cycle is still missing a lot of functionality. So, I need to actually take this battery back, put another one in, and run inside to put it into the heater so I don't freeze to death. So, will we have a global map so we can see where exactly on Mars we are located? Yes, we will, in a later version of the game. At the moment, as I said, this whole game is taking place on one of the developers' lands. But we will be adding the global map, and the goal is to link that global map to the one in the on the Mars 4 website, so it actually tells you, like, here you are on this land plot, kind of thing. In the game, by pressing E and even top right on the top of the object, it won't pick up mining anything else not working. So that issue, we've seen some issues, I think, related to if you die and then respawn, some of the interactions not working. But make sure you submit a bug ticket, a bug report for it, and we will look into it, as with everything else. Will we be able to manufacture a smaller vehicle, or will it only be the NFTs we're able to buy? The first vehicles we introduce will be only NFTs. However, we are looking into also having player-constructed vehicles, and also potentially players constructing NFT vehicles. But exactly how we do that, we haven't decided on yet, because this is kind of there's a lot of follow-on effects, because obviously as a pay-to-earn game, as a play-to-earn game, the trading NFTs and that marketplace is very core to the game structure. So we would rather let people craft NFT vehicles than introduce vehicles that aren't NFTs, if that makes sense. Can we adjust the bounciness of raw materials? What, you don't think it's realistic that a rock can go launching like 6,000 meters into the air? Yes, don't worry. That's stuff that will be worked on at the moment. Yeah, we'll work on that. There's also another issue, which I think is part of what you're relating to. When you mine something where, like, the resource getting shot out, like that one. Like, it's just getting rocketed away because it's actually spawning inside the rock, and then that's shooting it away. Oh, I'm going to die again. Get back inside. I'll put this back here. Turn that back on. Okay, so, will there be alien life on Mars even in a simple form? You guys will need to find it or find out. Will there be option to build together with other players? Yes. As I said before, this first version is fully single player, but a future version that we'll be putting out will have multiplayer support, so you can be building it with your friends, sharing resources, etc. Will there be a... sorry, I'm just trying to scroll down on the questions. Will there be a feature in the future... is there any plan to have a jetpack for higher jumps or even small flight? Yes. That's, as I was discussing, like the suit energy options. That's something else you want to integrate into the different kinds of suits. So you could have some suits that would be like almost mini mech suits. So if you're wearing a suit like that, you couldn't drive a vehicle, but it would offer you a bunch of other really cool functionality, making you almost mini vehicle-esque. So yeah, and that comes out like in terms of jumping and flying and stuff like that. That's one of the things that we wanted to introduce into those like mini mech suits. Will we have more efficient tools to mine, like a drill? Yes. These are all just the tier 0 tools. You would expect later on to advance past all of these tools very quickly. Is there a plan to have a supply drops as a mean to help come in from Earth? Like a beacon, could be every 24 hours, receive a package. Yes, there is. It's actually something we were discussing today. How exactly it will be implemented, I'm not sure yet, but you should expect that to come pretty soon. Did you consider having small robots, AI driven, that would resupply basic things like batteries so we don't have to? Yes, that is one of the things we have actually talked about. The problem with that is it can get kind of expensive on the servers, because then they need to be like running all that AI for all those robots. However, the battery-based electrical system is temporary. Well, not temporary, but we're using it a lot more here. What actually will happen is you will have generators which you can connect with an electrical system, like taking a wire and connecting the generator to the arc furnace, and then you just put fuel in the generator, depending on what kind of generator it is, or just solar powers or whatever, charging a battery, and then that will just run it indefinitely. Like what I'm doing right now of running around and moving batteries between places and stuff, that was just a temporary solution for this stage while we're still getting the electrical system sorted out. Let me see, can I build this now? Let's see, what's next question? Is there a way to heal when your HP is low, or will it always be automatic once your body temperature is 36°C? No, there will be healing, there will be medicine, there will be food, there will be drink, like all of those things will be integrated in. It's just, as I said, this is a very first early version that is solely there to help playtest and prototype the building systems and those simple interaction systems, and crafting, building and crafting, mining. mining, processing, building, and crafting. Our three weapons are fear and surprise. Anyone who got that reference is awesome. So yeah, there's the growing system, the food and hydration system, vehicles. All those things are still in production. They just are not at a state ready for public play yet. But that's why we built the patcher. So when we do add those things, you'll be able to get those updates automatically. Is there a plan to manufacture a windmill? It seems very windy. Yes, we will be adding in windmills. We'll be adding in more different kinds of solar power. We'll be adding in fusion reactors. Oh no, fission reactors. Do the characters' power metrics change during day or night so players can plan to do certain activities at night? I'm not sure of the exact question you mean there. There is things to take into consideration there at nighttime, because primarily the temperature gets so low that not only do you start struggling to survive, but also incredibly low temperature can damage batteries and stuff like that. So, is this done yet? Oh, let's try to pause the game. Is it still cold outside? Yes, it is. I also would actually like to create... I'll make another heater out here. It's getting cold. So, someone asked, when is the game released? The version of the game that I'm playing right now is public. Anyone who owns a land NFT at Mars 4 can play this. Just go to our website, and it should be clear from there. There'll probably be also some information in the description afterwards. When are we going to have tables and chairs and a bed? That's all in right now. If you build a synthetic manufacturer... Here. If you build a synthetic manufacturer, in there you can put hydrogen, and it converts the hydrogen to methane, and then converts the methane into... grab. Yeah, die. And then it converts the methane into plastics, which is something that NASA's actually considering doing, using methane to make plastics. And yeah. And so in there you can build different, I think there's like 25 different pieces of furniture you can build right now. Someone asked a question. I lost it now. Where is it? Oh, someone says, so this means during the night you can't play the game, you just have to stay near a heater. In this version right now, yes, we're fixing that. The nighttime, for some reason, temperature drops way faster than it should in this latest patch, and I'm not sure exactly why. So we've slowed that down significantly, so instead of needing to wait near a heater all the time, like, you can be out most of the time, you just don't want to be out for, like, more than an hour or two non-stop, before getting closer to a heater. So, when are you going to have to... Yeah, we already have that. Someone asked, don't forget about it. Oh my god, there's so many more questions. Someone asked, don't forget about a toilet on Mars. Yes, we will actually be adding compost and toilet, because that's actually really important. It's hard to find good fertilizer on Mars, so kind of produce your own, I guess. Someone said, sorry, I just arrived. I was playing a bit this morning. Do we have something to find a truck? It looks like you just found one of the hidden objects. You should definitely take screenshots, post it on social media, and at us. I always get trapped by the door. It's not opening the way it's supposed to. Yeah, we've noticed that. I'm not sure what's up with that. We're trying to figure out what it is. For some reason, the door, like, it's supposed to always open away from you so that you don't get trapped by it. But yeah, as you can see, like, that happens sometimes. And that's a thing of nightmares, is it not? So, Yeah, we're working on that. As you notice, the door, it seems to always open to the... oh, I'm going to freeze to death again. It seems to always open away from the door frame instead of directly away from your character. So, well, that's one of the bugs we are working on. We or influencers can also post... Distorted... Is the solar charger the only way to charge batteries? No. I need to stay here. I'm not going to go outside just yet. Trying to freeze to death at the moment. I need a bit more oxygen as well. No, you can also use the... Let me just grab it. Why is it not? One sec. Ran out of power. You can also use the hydrogen charger to... you can also use that to recharge your batteries. It's far more efficient, but you need then to be digging for perchlorite brines and putting them into the electrolysis machine to separate hydrogen and oxygen. It's also another way to get oxygen outside of running the generator. When you die and respawn, you lose all of your items. If you can find your corpse, you can pick them up again, but we will be changing this. Yeah, that's... yeah, we're looking into that. Someone says, am I worried with, considering how big a map is, that with 100,000 lands, the game will feel quite empty? I think that humanity, Earth is the same way, but you don't feel like Earth is empty, because the people naturally cluster together because there is value in being near other players. So what I would, if we had 1,000 players online, it wouldn't be one player in the center of every 10, 20 maps spread across the globe. You would have clusters of players, different groups, and I think that kind of is part of the advantage. Like it's a reason why to work together. It's a reason why to visit your neighbor's base and stuff like that. Yet we still give each independent player enough room to explore and mine and express himself on his land. Will this be like Robinson Crusoe or more like Mark Whitney? I'd say more Robinson Crusoe. Do we advertise in Sci-Fi games communities? There's communities for Mars and other ones. I'm not sure. You'll have to speak to marketing. Laura, yes, you do actually get a reward for finding a truck. You should take some screenshots of it and post it on social media and at us. And also post on our Discord. Will there be collaboration abilities, like people help each other develop their bases, even if the base isn't yours? Maybe sabotage someone else's equipment, sort of like aliens and enemy clans. There will be ways to support players to work together to build bases. But in terms of sabotaging other players' bases, that's not something we're looking into right now. We want to try and stay player versus environment, not player versus player, especially in terms of their bases, because if you think your base is where you've actually invested real-world money. However, we are exploring ideas and different options right now of how to integrate more competitiveness into the game. For example, races which people can bet on, and other ways players can combat with each other without directly damaging each other's investments when they're offline. Because that's a very fine line to try and balance. Is this finished? Oh, I ran out of battery power again. Okay, I think that I need to craft another battery. I think that kind of covers all the questions. Let's see. Oh, wait. Do we plan to do flying vehicles long range style? We've discussed it. We've concepted it. We haven't decided yes or no. Because there's a problem. As soon as you introduce flying, everything becomes a lot smaller. Which is interesting. It's not necessarily bad, but it's a fairly big design decision you can't go back from. So let's see. I was testing out, someone reported a bug that this was not working. Let's see, put empty and turn on. No, it is working. The hydrogen energy cell charger is working. See, you put an empty battery and you put some hydrogen in and it will charge the battery. And that is a far more efficient way of charging a battery than using a solar panel. And you can also charge multiple batteries at once. Okay, guys. Can I view the gameplay? Not just play, just view in VR? No, at the moment there is no way to just spectate the gameplay. You have to play it yourself. There's someone who said people would be more connected with flying vehicles. And that is true. However, we're looking at other ways to connect players. We do want to have like rocket spaceports that people could build and take rockets to fly to each other. I'm just running off into the sunset to die heroically in the sunset. So we will be adding that in, and I think that will deal with connecting players better than something like just flying vehicles would. Because then if you have a population hub, you can build something like that, and then goodbye cruel world. If you have a population hub, you can build one of those, and then people can easily travel between those hubs, and it kind of will naturally cluster people a bit more. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys hop on game, play it some more, show me the bases you've built, and don't forget to check out our Discord to see the new interfaces that we're working on right now. Thank you so much for showing up, and I will see you guys next time.